Hello, good evening, sir.
Where are you speaking from?
Sir, Jaipur.
Okay, you're in Jaipur, right? Okay. So we'll start.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please tell us something about yourself.
Uh, First of all, good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. My name is Ayush Jain. I belong to Jaipur city of Rajasthan. I've done my schooling from St. Anselm School, Jaipur. I've done my BTech from IIT Delhi in civil engineering. I've just graduated in 2022, and then I gave engineering service examination, and I'm now well prepared for the interview, I think.
So you're from Rajasthan.
Yes, sir.
Please tell us a few things about Rajasthan's culture.
So, in Rajasthan, basically Rajasthan is most famous for its forts. Like in Jaipur also, Jaipur is called as Pink City. So we have couple of forts here, like Nahargarh Fort. So also Rajasthan has a distinct culture in. We have a popular culture song called Bhumar. Uh, we have also like our food is also much popular. We have like I think we have a couple of good variety of food, and we also have like we have Jal Mahal in Jaipur, which is a fort which is situated on a lake. So I think that's all.
No, you are a civil engineer by profession.
Yes, sir.
So if I have a plot and want you to design and construct a house on my plot, what action will you take in the beginning before the start of the design and construction? What steps will you take? 5 steps, please tell me in order of priority.
Sir, first of all, I will ask you about what type of house you want, like how many stories, what material, basically, like uh, and second of all, I will first because I'm just designing it, so I will find out the loads, what are loads acting on it. Then I will use the load factors to find the combinations. Then I will find the bending moments, and I will then design the structure, find the required designs and specifications of the material, like what are the dimension and all.
Okay. Now about G20, can you tell me what it is and why it is in use?
Sir, G20 is being hosted by India this year. It is a group of the 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 country which has a major say in the United Nations. So it's basically a group of many things. Like there will be economic decisions, there will be climate change regarding decisions, there will be decisions regarding our treaties or way forward. So it basically it is news because this year India is hosting it, and it is very much important for India to basically have a say in more global matters. So it can be a
When
good
is
platform.
when is when is its meeting being held?
So I don't have a particular idea, but I guess it is in December. I think I don't know much about it. I
Okay, thank you. My colleagues will talk to you now.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, Mr. Ayush Jain.
Thank
You
you, sir.
hear me?
Over. Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Morning. Uh, what were your favorite subjects of interest in BTech?
Sir, I liked. I didn't have much particular interest, but I like geotechnical engineering very much because our professor was very good at it, and I liked his way of teaching. I somehow enjoyed the strength of materials I was taught in second year, I think, and it was very good for my basics. So I enjoyed those two subjects.
What was your project in the final year?
Sir, I made project on 3D concrete. Like I basically 3D concrete is much like discussed topic nowadays. Like it
Which
is
concrete?
3D
Sorry,
concrete.
3D.
3D Okay. Hmm.
For example, our prime minister has a scheme nowadays. He has launched a scheme called his Prime Minister Awas Yojana, in which he is like constructing houses for the poor. So in that also 3D printing will be used, and it is now taken as a future because it is quite economical and it is fast, and the houses are faster to construct. So basically, I studied about what is the rheology behind 3D concrete, like how what are the factors which affect its extrusion from the machine, what are the factors affect its placement, Like there is rheology. Rheology basically is the science of deformation of that material with time. I've also studied about this thixotropy, like how much stress I have to give it so that it deforms. And I also study like when I was doing a project, I found many fascinating things. For example, like NASA currently is planning to use 3D concrete to construct houses on Moon, Mars. So that is also a big thing. Also, like in India, also nowadays I was when I was studying it, like nowadays I studied that in India also many places like we are using 3D concrete nowadays to construct houses much faster pace.
How it is different from the normal concrete?
So in normal concrete, because it doesn't require like it's like it is all the in normal concrete we have to place formwork and all, and like we have to mix the in it in this like we can make the components on the through a software in a computer, and it will come out of the machine. Like it's like what we can say we can reconstruct it at the lab, and then we can just place it on the site. So we don't have to like form it the site. We can just use softwares, and we can it gives us more freedom in comparison to normal concrete, basically.
Anywhere used in our country?
Uh, like for example, sir, in Prime Minister Awas Yojana, we are using it. I think in South, I don't remember the name exactly, but in South, many of the states are using it to construct their houses. And also, like in one of the IITs, I think we have used it. I can't remember the name specifically right now, but I think in IITs also we have used it, I think.
So any idea about the climate taking place?
Sorry, sir, your voice was not clear. I missed it.
Any idea about the climate summit taking place at the international level?
Sir, COP 27.
COP?
27.
What COP stands for?
Conference of Parties.
Okay.
So where is it being held?
Where is being held?
Sir, it is in Sharm el Sheikh in Egypt. It is basically a coastal city. That I yeah.
And which country is this?
Sir, Egypt.
Okay.
Okay. Please.
Okay, Ayush, as you said that your one of the favorite subject is geotechnical engineering.
Yes, sir.
Have you heard about UU test, unconsolidated undrained test? UU
Sorry,
test?
sir. I missed your beginning. It was not clear.
Okay, I am repeating Ayush. Have you heard about UU test, unconsolidated undrained test?
Yes, sir.
So in UU test, do we get the same radius more circle or progressively we get the larger diameter more circle?
Sir, if we are using effective stress, then we get the same radius of Mohr circle. If we are
Okay.
using total stress, we may get different radius.
Okay, so if we are using effective stress analysis, then why is the radius of Mohr circle is same for different amount of load?
Because, sir, in effective stress, basically, when in radius we use in radius we use a formula sigma 1 dash minus sigma 3 dash by 2. So basically the effect of pore, basically the difference remains the same. So even if we increment the load, the whole like the specimen, the loading condition comes out to that the difference remains the same. That's why the loading condition doesn't make it much difference.
Okay. Now suppose imagine a simply supported beam. Okay, and
Simply supported beam.
yes, simply supported beam, and it is acted by point load at the center.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now can you tell me that at support at top point, is the bending stress is compressive or tensile there? At the top point,
At the support,
at the support, at the top surface.
sir, there will be no bending stress because there is no bending moment at the support.
Okay. So, Ayush, one more question, the final question from my side. When there is a tapering bar having different diameters, at one end it is D1 and other end it is D2, and we are applying a P load on that tapering bar. So you know that the deflection is 4PL 5D1 D2 by E.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now my question I am changing. Suppose the D2 is 0. So now it is just like a cone. At one end diameter is 0. D2 value is 0. And same P load is applied on the same material for the same length. Now what will be the deflection?
Sir, if D2 is 0, then it becomes yeah, it make up I don't understand the question basically. If D2 becomes 0, then how will it like what will be the shape basically?
It will be a cone, na? Cone having diameter one side D1, other side it is 0. So
Okay.
cone has also one side diameter 0, na?
Yes, sir. So then we can use we can instead of using that formula because we have derived it. So instead of using that, we can consider an element, and the area will become 1/3 AL. So using that, we can consider an x length and dx element, and we can now integrate it, find the area, find the deflection.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Ayush.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ayush. If we were talking about 3D printing,
Yes, sir.
have you constructed any bridge with 3D printing?
Sir, sorry, sir. At this moment, I don't know about that thing.
You don't know about that.
Yes, sir.
So only building construction has been done by 3D as per your knowledge.
Yes, sir.
Why is it so only building construction has been done and not bridges?
Sir, sorry, sir. I have not looked into bridges because at that time I was very much fascinated about buildings. But I will make sure that I will look into this topic.
Okay. Now your other thing was geotechnical, no?
Yes, sir.
Then tell me what is optimum moisture content?
Sir, optimum moisture content is basically it is the water content we obtain through Proctor compaction tests, so at which the dry density is maximum.
That is the maximum. And what is the purpose of vein shear test?
So vein shear test is used to find the shear strength of soft cohesive soils because in undrained conditions.
So what will you do? What will how in what way will it help you knowing the shear strength of the soil?
Sir,
Why the shear strength of soil is so important to know?
sir, because in soil in soils the most important parameter is shear strength because there are so we take soil not as a particular particle, we take soil as a whole, so we can't find like the tension force and the compressional force. So I think I'm not particularly sure about my answer, but I think that is the reason why we find shear strength.
Yeah, shear strength is the only strength to be determined. You're right. And tell us about this water problem of Rajasthan. How will you solve this water problem of Rajasthan if you are chief minister of the state?
Sir, from my knowledge, what I've studied is that in Rajasthan, the basic problem is that basically in Western Rajasthan, Eastern Rajasthan is not that much water scarcity problem, but the Western Rajasthan, because of the Thar desert and that area desertification, we are like there is also like lack of groundwater resources, so we are facing a water scarcity there. So what we can use it, we can use instead of using modern methods, we can go for traditional methods. Like for example, I was studying about a Bishnoi tribe. So what they do is they construct a kund type thing, and then they like when rain happens, they try to store the water in it through some mechanisms, and they make it so seal tight so that the water doesn't lose, water doesn't seep or evaporate. They use something like that. So we can use traditional approaches, like we can use help the tribes, the local communities, so that we can conserve the water. Because I think the major problem here there is because we can't do about much about the rain because the due to I think due to now climate change and global warming, the rain is quite unpredictable. So that is not something to rely upon. So when we can use groundwater resources, or we can use surface resources to tap in that thing. So we can use traditional communities. We can also like there are now artificial ground recharge techniques. There are artificial surface storage things, so we can use that to store water for more period of time.
You mentioned traditional method and modern method. What is modern method?
The modern method is basically like, for example, traditionally we just for example in like pumping groundwater. So traditionally we use like wells, so we used to use buckets and all. So even if we use it in a like it will replenish. But in modern methods, what is happening is when we are using tube wells and all that those things, we are extracting like over exploitation happens. So that is the difference between modern and traditional. In modern, there is no sustainable option, and in traditional, like, because it has been used over centuries, it is quite like, it is not scientific, but it is quite nature friendly.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ayush. First, you kindly tell us how have you done?
Sir, I think according to me it was quite good. Like I expected कुछ blunder हो जाएगा, पर कुछ हुआ नहीं इस बार.
Acha, okay, very nice. Good, you are a very confident person.
Okay, sir.
You are a good candidate, but according to us, you still need to work quite a bit,
Yes, sir.
because see, it's a competition among the best.
Yes, sir.
Now, the questions that I asked you, you need to improve a lot. I
Okay.
asked about culture of Rajasthan. You made general remarks.
Yes, sir.
You talked of foods, you talked of this, that, but specifically you did not tell us. You said good food, variety of food, but what food?
Yes, sir.
रावत की कचौड़ी बता दे.
Then I asked you about the G20. You committed a blunder, not once, twice.
इंडिया में नहीं हो रहा बेटे, मतलब इंडिया में नहीं है.
G20 is being held today, these days in Indonesia.
Oh,
And
sorry.
every time you said India is hosting it, it will host in December. Then. Blunder.
Okay.
Huge minus mark for you.
Yes, sir.
Then I asked you about the construction of my house. You talked of how many stories is that? How about soil testing? How about water testing? How about sunlight? I mean, there's so many other things
Hmm.
which should be taken into account.
Yes, sir.
Design, vastu, whatever you have. Natural light in the house, air,
ड्रेनेज as well.
drainage. There's so much. And then so these were the three things basically I talked to you. Now your dress also, the kind of dress you are wearing for this interview, this is not an appropriate dress.
Sir, actually, I had to come out somewhere because there was a family emergency. So that's why I was about to come there.
See, supposing it was a real interview, will this work?
No, sir.
So when you have next time, have a proper formally dressed interview. Also, this interview online is no substitute for a physical mock interview offline.
Yes,
You
sir.
must have that. It's very important. There are many things which we can't see in your personality, and we cannot give you any advice.
Yes, sir.
And your beard and all you will shave, I hope,
Yes, sir. Yes.
and you will wear a suit.
Yes, sir.
When is your interview?
So 6 December.
Is it the first mock you're having with us?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So work and have another mock and have
Yes, sir.
physical one.
Okay, sir.
Now my colleagues will talk to you.
Okay, sir.
आप confident लग रहे थे. Your voice was also loud in this online interaction. But when you sit in front of us, then we really know, because many candidates speak very not in a loud manner, and we have to strain ourselves in hearing the candidate. So it should not so happen that when you are going for a physical interview, then the board has to strain itself for hearing you. So
Okay.
in this test you were loud enough, but your talking speed was a bit fast.
Okay.
So I don't know whether it was problem with the online interview, but you should speak little slowly. Speed was very fast.
Okay.
So take some pauses when you are talking. Like I also take pauses when I am trying to explain something to you. It is like a teacher if he is explaining to you, then he takes sufficient pauses so that all these students are able to understand. Here also you'll be talking to a board of 5-10 people, so speak a little slowly. And then your answer to my question was not to the point. The question was about the water supply situation in Rajasthan. So it was not to the point and it was not concise.
Okay, sir.
So you should have taken some pause and try to organize your thoughts that how you are going to answer this question. You can take pause, and pause up to 5-10 seconds is okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And no wrong answer. If you give a wrong answer, then he already told you big negative for you.
Hmm.
So that is quite damaging. So
Okay.
you say, I don't know, it's okay. You're not expected to know everything. We are here to do your personality test.
Hmm.
You are not here to judge your knowledge. Your knowledge has already been tested. You have cleared the mains exam. We want to test your personality. So no bluffing or anything.
Here you were shooting in the dark. It amounted to bluff.
Hmm.
You were not sure, still you went on answering. People who are sitting there, Mr. Ayush, they know everything.
Yes,
So
sir.
you have to be careful.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Overall, your interview was good and your personality is also good and you were confident. So you continue in that manner.
Okay.
You have to add something?
No.
You have to. Do you have any questions now? Anything you want to know?
Sir, I was pretty much satisfied with your your suggestions. I will work on it.
Thank you. Wish you all the best. God bless
Thank you,
you.
sir.
Bye bye.